Today we are going to make a pumpkin pie from scratch, which is something I've never tried before, but I'm very excited. We're going to start with this pumpkin. It's a nice size, not too big. We're going to cut it in half and scoop out all the insides. And now, because we're going to roast it, we're going to quarter it. Now we'll put this into the oven for about 45 minutes to soften it up. And I did put some butter in with the pumpkin as well. And now we will move on to the pie dough. For this we are going to use lard, flour, and salt. A little bit of water as well. Now we're going to make the pie crust. Very simple. We just need 4 ingredients, which is flour, lard, salt, and water. We're going to start with the flour. You're going to need 1 3/4 cup of flour. So I'm using a half measure. So there's 1 3/4. 1, 2, 3. And then you want 3/4 teaspoon of salt. It's my 1/4. 1, 2, 3. You want to mix that together, and then we're going to add 3/4 cup of lard. You can also use shortening or butter, but I prefer lard. Comes out better. And 3/4 cup of lard. We're just going to cut it into chunks, and then using 2 knives or a pastry cutter, you're going to cut it in until it is a sand-like texture. And once the texture of your pie dough is to a more sandy consistency, you want to add 3 to 4 teaspoons of water. Add these one at a time. You don't want to overwater it because then it just won't work. And for this, you'll want to get in there with your hands. And just mix it together. Want to chill it for a little bit, you can put it in to your ice box for an hour while you prepare the rest of the filling. Once your pumpkin has either roasted, or you can boil it as well, you're going to mash it up into a nice smooth consistency. Then you're going to let it cool for a while, and you'll add the ingredients to make the pie filling. Prick some holes in the bottom to let steam out, and throw that in the oven for about 15 minutes to blind bake it. You can put weights on, but I don't have weights, so we're just going to hope it doesn't shrink too much. We already have 2 cups of our pumpkin that we cooked earlier, and we're going to add to that 1 cup of sweet milk. I'm using evaporated milk. Half a cup of molasses. Very sticky. Half a cup of sugar. This is a Victorian pumpkin pie, so it actually doesn't have the regular spices that we usually put in pumpkin pie now. This is just going to be ginger. That will be our spice, so it's a bit different. 1 tablespoon of melted butter. Thank you, stove. 1 tablespoon of ginger. Oh, that smells really good. 1 teaspoon of salt, but I'm using salted butter, so I'm just going to add a pinch in a moment. And 2 eggs. You want to add some air into the eggs to add some fluffiness to your pumpkin pie filling. That rooster is going crazy out there. All right, now we'll put the mixture into the pie crust. Ooh, ooh, now I have to try and do this.
Ooh. There you go. There you go.
Oh dear, it's the longest walk. I hope you taste good. We'll see how it is. I hope it turns into something. If not, I don't know what I'll serve for Thanksgiving dessert. And there's our Victorian pumpkin pie. This is a heritage recipe. I'm not sure how it's going to taste, but it smells like ginger snaps. So if it tastes like a ginger snap, I will probably be happy. Once your pie is out of the oven, let it sit for 2 hours, and then I suggest putting it in the ice box overnight. Then it's ready to be served, and hopefully it tastes good. We'll see. Okay, there we go. So that's the pumpkin pie. Do note that it is not a modern recipe. That's why it's so dark, because it has a lot of molasses in it. But doesn't look like I have a soggy bottom. That means Mary Berry would be at least a little pleased. I hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving and have a nice time with your loved ones. We look forward to seeing you hopefully next year for our Thanksgiving festivities. I'll try it. It's not bad.